Hey guys, and Merry Christmas! So today we celebrate Christmas, and you're probably watching this on Christmas weekend. So we're going to show you how we celebrate a traditional Swedish Christmas. I'm most probably already in South Africa at this time, so if you keep an eye on Instagram or Facebook, I will be posting a traditional South African Christmas and show you how we do Christmas in South Africa. But today, we're actually celebrating Christmas before I leave Sweden. So this is actually technically not Christmas, it's our Christmas celebration before I leave. And I really wanted to show you what a traditional, typical Swedish Christmas is like. So that's what we're doing today. God Yule! What I'm going to be doing is basically just filming like how we prepare some of the items. Now I obviously can't film everything because our friends are bringing some things with them. So I am going to show you how we're preparing the items we are making. Another thing I want to say is that we are cheating a lot. Like a lot of the things that we're going to show you actually should be pre-made. For example, the meatballs. But I'm going to show you all of that. Some things we're making from scratch, and some things we've cheated, we've bought it from the shop because honestly, like, we just don't have the time to cook it. So we're gonna have to cheat, but it's all good. You're still gonna see what a Julbord more or less is like. It doesn't have all the items, but I'm gonna show you how to prepare some of the things that are super important and some of the things that I particularly love about Christmas in Sweden. Okay guys, so here is everything that we have purchased for our part of the Julebord preparation. The stuff that's missing here is what our friends have purchased, but for our part, what we're making is the traditional Swedish köttbullar, which is basically meatballs. So here we have nötfärs. In Swedish, this basically means mince, like mincemeat. And this one is beef. So usually what you would use is something called blandfärs, which is a mix of both pork and beef, but we just got the beef one. But yeah, the traditional one is made with pork and beef. And then we're gonna have these, my most favorite sausages in Sweden, which is called prinskorv. It's basically like, if I have to explain it as somebody who is South African, I would call it almost like a Vienna or like a hot dog type vibe, because if you cut it open, it's not a sausage that has processed meat like this. It's more of, it's extremely processed. So yeah, it's more like a Vienna or hot dog feeling, but it's really delicious. It's my most favorite sausage here. And then we're just gonna fry this up, and that's gonna be, so prinskorv together with the meatballs. And this meat is basically beef. So it's common here that you would have both beef and pork, and this is called rimmad. So rimmad, it basically means that it's been conserved or treated in a certain way. So this has already been soaked in like a salt kind of brine before it's been packaged, and then we're gonna basically cook it on the stove with some spice and some water and stuff, and then we're going to use the juices of that, and it's going to be something that we call doppigrita. So you're going to basically take some bread, and then you're going to dip it in whatever the juices are that you cook it in, and then you're going to slice up the meat and you eat it. But you'll see all of this later, but this is basically the meat that you need to buy. So if you're looking, it's called rimmad, and then you could buy beef and pork, and you can do both if you want. And then we might do some boiled, just plain boiled eggs as well, which is also very common. You have some salad, so you're gonna have this is a beetroot salad, so rödbet salad is beetroot. And then something else that's very common is the rödkål, which is basically red cabbage. And this is, you can think of it also as something that's been conserved or pickled, but basically it has vinegar in it. It's kind of tangy. It's like sweet and sour, and you would have this with your meatballs and your prinskorv. You can also have it with this. So usually we eat this with a pepperroot sauce and boiled potatoes. And pepperroot is horseradish. So we'll show you that as well when we're eating it. And then we move on to dessert. So for dessert, the most common thing is what we call risgrynsgröt, which is rice pudding. So this is a cheat. We really should not be buying it pre-cooked, but we don't have time to make the real thing. It does take quite a bit of time. So you can buy these pre-made ones from the shop. I think you can buy this all year round, actually, not even just at Christmas. And so, yeah, this is basically going to be like a rice pudding. It's a sweet rice pudding. We have this in our culture. We have this in South Africa as well. So for me, this is not something new, but it is delicious and super comforting when it's cold at Christmas. So yeah, that is something exciting. And then we have some sweets. So this is a traditional Yule scum, which is kind of like, I would say it reminds me of marshmallow. It's kind of like a marshmallow sweet. So it's super common. It's obviously the Christmas. You can see Santa is on here. So it's a Christmas sweet. So we have this one, and we have like a cola flavored one. And then over here we have the Christmas bread. So we're going to use this with the meal, with the mains. And this bread is basically super sweet. So it's sweet, it's spicy. So there's a couple of spices in here as well. And it's basically really common to eat this bread at Christmas time. And I'm going to make something that is not traditionally Swedish, but I'm going to try to make eggnog. So we have eggs, milk, and cream that we're going to use for that. Okay, and then we come to our drinks. So this drink is extremely common, called Julmust, which is basically, it tastes like a soda, so it's sweet. It's like you're drinking Coke, but the flavor is very different, and it's just literally like Christmas in a bottle. I love it. I actually do the thing which people don't like, which is that I kind of drink it when I shouldn't. I can buy it and keep it and drink it throughout the year, but technically you should just drink it at Christmas. And it basically has got like a malt kind of barley flavor to it. So it, in some way, it's kind of very comforting and rich. So, and it's sweet. So yeah, that's the soda. So this is the last item, which is called glögg. It is basically a drink. So it's kind of like a spiced wine, very similar, I would say, to the German Glühwein. And so you heat this up, and then you serve it with either almonds or raisins, if that's what you want. You kind of just let it sit there for a while it's heating up, and it gets really nice and soft and delicious. So yeah, that's what we're going to be drinking. And I'll show you the rest of the stuff tomorrow when we actually eat our Julbord. We basically got two different types of meat. So this is called remakött, and basically this is the beef one. So it's kind of like a cured beef. It's been already like pre-treated with salt and like spices and stuff. And then we also got the fläsk one as well. So you see it's a fläsk leg. And now I'm basically going to take away, no, I think I'm just gonna open this up, and then I'm going to put it in the slow cooker with some water and bay leaves. guys, so we are finished setting up the table. I'm going to show it to you for our pre-Christmas celebration. Here it is. So this is egg halvor with caviar. And then you have my favorite, prinskorv, best sausages, and köttbullar, very famous Swedish meatballs. We then have something from Öland, which is called kroppkakor. It's basically like potato with meat inside of it. And we have some beetroot salad. This is red cabbage. Typical Christmas bread, which we showed you before. And this is my most favorite. This is the remachet, which I showed you before as well when we prepared it. And then this is the bread that you're going to dip into this, and it's called doppigrita, and it is divine. And here we have the sweet section, which is pepparkakor, gingerbread. We have some juleskum, which is like it's almost like marshmallows in some Santa shape. This is the normal one. And you have after 8, typical chocolate, and very importantly, risgrynsgröt, which is delicious and perfect for Christmas. And then this is the eggnog, which is not traditionally Swedish, but we made it anyway. And Janssons over here, which is basically like potato gratin that's made with potatoes, cream, and anchovies, and it's delicious. So that's the table, guys. This is a typical Swedish Julbord or Christmas table. I just wanted to wrap up this video. We have basically finished having dinner, and we had so much food. As you usually do at Yule, you eat a lot and you eat much more than you need because it's so good. And yeah, it was a great evening with friends who I'm not going to see because tomorrow I'm leaving. So yeah, it was really wonderful. We had a really great time, and I just wanted to end the vlog and tell you, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing, and if you are not, then go ahead and hit the subscription button below as well as the notification bell so you see when we upload new videos. And also, if you're interested in any of our other playlists, I will link a couple up here so you can go ahead and check it out. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas Julbord and a typical Swedish Christmas.